Tracy homicide investigation has turned into a hate crime investigation. The San Joaquin County DA announced charges against the two suspects today. ABC 10's Luke Clary reports on what we're learning about the victim and the suspects tonight.
The family of 30-year-old Justin Peoples spoke out today. They say that he was a hard worker, someone who served his country only to be gunned down for the color of his skin.
There was a shooting at the Chevron.
Tracy police responding Tuesday night to a shooting at this gas station.
Tracy is a relatively safe community. We don't have a lot of homicides.
Justin Peoples died hours later at the hospital of gunshot wounds. Sergeant Mario Isset said officers worked around the clock.
We literally just didn't sleep because the information was ongoing.
Making an arrest within about 12 hours. 42-year-old Christina Garner and 49-year-old Jeremy Jones.
We are proud of who we are. We're disgusted by who they are.
The San Joaquin County DA charging the murder as a hate crime.
Today, when you walk out your house, if you could just lift your hand and you could say justice for justice. That's what we're living for right now.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with Justin's family.
The emotion is there and it's still sinking in what has really happened.
Stockton NAACP President Bobby Bivens was there.
So you could see the tattoos all over him.
As the DA showed the white pride tattooed on the arms of suspect Jeremy Jones. The DA said he'd just gotten off parole on March 1st, weeks before shooting and killing Justin Peoples.
We're talking about a young man that's trying to move forward in life and to have his life snuffed out at 30.
Racism stops right here with our youth. It stops right here. Justice for justice.
Justin's father making a final plea for justice. Aside from the photos of the suspect's tattoos, the DA said she couldn't get into any further detail about the evidence that this was a hate crime before a preliminary hearing, but she said that she can prove it in court.
Okay, so y'all just heard that audio right there, and shout out to Trill, Texas for sending this story to me. And let me first off start off by saying I offer my condolences to the family of excuse me, of this young man whose name was Justin Peoples, and I'm gonna pull his picture up in a second so you can see him. And like they said, he served his country, he was in the military, and this is how he gets taken out. This reminds me so much of what Muhammad Ali said years ago when he said that he wasn't going to go fight in Vietnam. He said, why would I want to go over there and fight with them? They haven't done nothing to me, but I can go over there and fight. I'll come back home and I have to deal with a whole nother war. And that's why he got his title stripped from him and all of that other stuff. I'm sure many of you are very familiar with the story. I was just giving you a summarized version of it. But look at these two pale-faced ghosts that you see right here in your picture. All tatted up, and like they said that he had the white pride tattoo, and I'm going to show that picture in a second. But look at these two right here. And this happened in Stockton, California. Again, we're not in the South. And I have to reiterate that because a lot of people think that these hate crimes and racism can only be in the South. Granted, it might have been bred from there, but it did not stay there. It eventually did breed itself out. And if you all remember, I did my, when I was doing my Sundown series and I was on the state of California, some places in California had enclaves of the Klan there. I don't know if Stockton was one of the towns that I touched on, but it's there. And see, the thing is, when it comes to these towns where they think, where like what the person was saying in the video, that is not a lot of crime there, that is literally saying or giving a dog whistle to the people who might commit crime there will probably do it. Because it's the last place people will actually think that it occurred. Now you have these two individuals right here who killed this black man who was only 30. And I think they said he just turned 30. Who lost his life to some BS because they don't like black people. Now it says he died at the gas station. They don't say like if there was any type of verbal altercation that led to it, or if they just happened to see a black man there and they just decided to kill him. Now I don't know what the demographics of that area is, but something tells me they just did not like the presence of a black man just happened to be walking around there or just happened to be there handling his business or whatever the case may be. The point of the matter is he should still be here. Now just look at them. They got intense hatred and crazy in their eyes. Like, do these look like two sane people to you? No. And I'm glad that they filed the hate crime charges, because they love to try to debate whether something was or was not a hate crime. But I'm going to pause it right quick and show you this. Now, you tell me, if you had to ask, was this hate related? Look at this tattoo. This is the tattoo they mentioned in the news clip where they say he had white pride on his arm. He has white on one arm and pride on the other. But that's what it is. If you can read it, that's what it says. On Jeremy Jones, the tat on his arm. That lets you know right there what they were into, what he was into, what she was into, what they were into. They probably was part of online groups and all types of stuff like that, and they got possibly their first kill. Hopefully their only kill. It shouldn't have been no kill. Now here's a picture of the victim, Justin Peoples. Now this is an older picture of him, because in the news clip they did show a picture of him at on his 30th birthday, where you could tell he looks a little bit older than he does in this picture. This picture looks like it was taken maybe back in the early 2000s at least. Has to be. But yeah, it's sad. It really is. It's sad all the way around. Hopefully his family can get the justice that they are pursuing when it comes to those two POSs. But like I said, just keep in mind, racism is not just in the South. It's not just in the East Coast. It's on the West Coast too. It's everywhere. Dub S is a global system. I cannot stress that enough. Dub S is a global system. And as black people, you definitely have to be on your P's and your Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's, because you never know how one of these individuals or multiple of them are going to strike. You just have to be on it. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you are new. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live.